there have been points in each of our lives when we felt stuck in life, we felt bored, uninspired, unable to do something new, unable to move forward in life, waiting for that turning point when all our problems would be wiped away and life would begin afresh. But when that turning point finally comes, it does not turn up in the way we expected it to be. It often is very unexpected and uncomfortable. Sometimes when we really feel stuck, we make a conscious effort to shake things up. We change jobs, we change cities, we move forward to something new. Other times, something unexpected happens. Something very important in our life, or some person who's very important in our life leaves us, or something very unexpected happens which throws us off balance. No matter how the turning point appears, our growth depends on how quickly we are able to adapt with the new situations and face the new challenges that appear. In terms of numerology, these new challenges that appear as we move into the next phase of our lives are represented by the challenge numbers. The new long-term cycles are represented by the pinnacle and period or grand division numbers, and the challenges that come in the new trend of time is represented by the challenge numbers. So let us now understand these obstacles or challenges. Let us understand what are the challenges that we are going to face in the next phase of our life, or probably are already facing in this particular phase of our life, and how we can change these challenges or roadblocks in our lives into stepping stones to success. The first step is to calculate these challenges. For that, you need your complete date of birth. In the order, first you have to use the month number, then you have to place the day number, and then you have to place the year number. Now you have to use the number reduction method to reduce each of these numbers into a single digit base value. To calculate the challenges, we use the method of subtraction. So you derive the first challenge by subtracting the day number from the month number. You subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. Okay, don't derive negative values here. So if your day number is bigger, you subtract the month number from the day number. Alright, so here we have our first challenge, which is 1, because 4 minus 3 is 1. So all of you who have watched my vlogs on pyramid equations would notice here that we're just going to do the reverse of the pyramid equations. Out there, we derive the turning points and the cycle numbers. What would be the nature of the next upcoming cycles in your life, and what are the numbers that are going to be ruling the next cycles of your life? Out here, we're going to find the nature of the obstacles. All of you who have missed out on the pinnacle numbers and pyramid equations, I would recommend to you that you definitely make sure that you watch that vlog by clicking on the I button at the top right corner of the screen. Now let us move on with our calculation of challenge numbers. So the second challenge number is calculated by subtracting the year number from the day number, or the day number from the year number, whichever is bigger and smaller, you figure it out. So here we derive 2 as the second challenge number. The third challenge number is derived by finding the difference between the first and the second challenge numbers. So here we derive 1 again. And the fourth challenge is the difference between the month number and the year number. So here we have the reverse pyramid ready with all our challenges. If you've watched my older videos on deriving turning points and pinnacle numbers through pyramid equations, you would know that if we build the upward pyramid by addition and find the pinnacles and turning points, it is going to look something like this. And the challenges look like this, just like the reverse of the same pyramid. And the 3 numbers, or the 3 grand divisions, which are the month number, day number, and the year number, are the 3 pillars of the story of our life. Now the question arises that okay, we have derived all the challenge numbers, what would be their duration? When would they appear in our lives? Now, the challenges are not very specific periods of times like the turning points or the duration of the pinnacles. Challenges are more fluid. They represent the obstacles that arise in very unpredictable ways and they shift as we navigate around them. But roughly, we can consider that they coincide with the major pinnacle and period changes. So the first challenge is prevalent during our early lives. The second challenge is felt during the midlife. The third challenge, being the gap between the first two challenges, is the main major challenge which we will be feeling more strongly than the first and the second challenge. This is in the same way as the third pinnacle, which is the culmination of our first two pinnacle, also rules the most productive years of our life. And that is also felt very strongly because we use all our learnings, all our experiences that we have gathered during the first two periods and pinnacles or challenge durations, and we navigate around the third one by using those. Some of the effect of this third or the main challenge will also be prevalent throughout our lives, intensifying in the later part of the midlife. Finally, the fourth challenge is our final challenge that we majorly face during the final pinnacle or during the late midlife, during the later part of our life. Now that we have derived our challenge numbers and we also know the duration of our challenges, let us quickly find out what each of the challenges would mean for you. Now, as we are using the method of subtraction to derive the challenge numbers, it is highly possible that one may also derive 0 as a challenge number. But having a 0 as a challenge number, does that mean that you have no challenges at all? You are free from all the obstacles and hurdles of life? Does that mean that? Unfortunately, no. The 0 challenge rather means that your challenges are not fixed or predetermined like the other challenges which have a definite structure. It means that your challenges will be created by the choices that you would make, unlike the other challenges like challenge 1, challenge 6, 4 or any other number which you can imagine which have a definite nature. For instance, a person with the challenge 2 would be dealing with self-doubt irrespective of whatever choices they make. But if you have a 0 challenge, your challenge is going to change with your choice. With a different choice, you're going to feel a different set of challenges. And there's a possibility of any kind of challenge arising at any point of time in life from anywhere. Your obstacles are going to arise or even not arise at all based on how you think, act, and react. Life has given you a blank slate to make your own choices and decide your obstacles. Or maybe to decide no obstacles at all. So how you think, how you act, and how you react really matters because you are being given the complete freedom to write your own story because you are the old soul, you are the wise one, and you have traveled 1,000,000 lifetimes. The challenge 1 indicates that the main struggle in your life during the point of time when this challenge number is activated would be about asserting your own independence. You may struggle during the point of time with believing in yourself, believing in your abilities, and coming out on your own. Situations would be created where you could be pushed to stand up for yourself and act, but you may fear making wrong decisions and you may not rely on your own wisdom. The more you would work on building self-reliance, self-acceptance, and belief in your own abilities and your own self, the easier would life become for you. The challenge 2 is majorly the challenge of oversensitivity and a little beyond that. You may take everything too personally and may overthink or even overreact at times. You would be deeply affected by criticism and also may fear gossips about yourself. To keep everyone happy, you may avoid speaking your own mind and suppress your own originality. What others think of you may become overwhelming, making you overreact unnecessarily. It is very important to understand that not everybody would be talking about you. Not every comment is a personal attack on you, and you do not, and you need not, you cannot please everyone. You do not, you cannot, and you need not keep everyone around you. Listen to constructive opinions, but never let others define you. If you see or sense people bringing you down all the time, if some people are doing that to you, you have to distance yourself from them. Stop giving them the reactions. The challenge 3 revolves around your ability to express freely and communicate with others. You may struggle to openly share your thoughts, feelings, and ideas because you may think what others would say. In relationships, you may avoid deep conversations in order to guard yourself emotionally. You may dilute the deeper emotional conversations with superficial jokes or laughter. As a result, bonds may never deepen and you may end up feeling lonely, unable to understand why. To overcome this challenge, you need to work upon emotional openness. You need to learn to share your true and honest feelings and not hide behind superficialities. The challenge 4 brings struggle with all things that bring security to your life. In career front, you may struggle with maintaining discipline and consistency, or you may feel stuck to a rigid routine. In personal life, you may struggle with adapting to change, which may restrict your growth. Either you could be overworking or completely lacking focus in work, unable to strike a balance. Or possibly you may not enjoy your work at all, which may in turn make you appear irresponsible. The challenge 4 is here to teach you that you have to balance discipline with adaptability. The feeling of being stuck or frustrated with a routine would dissolve if you learn to adapt to change. Things may not go as planned always. Also, things don't need to be perfect all the time. There's never going to be a perfect moment. There's never going to be a perfect time. Life unfolds in the present moment, and you have everything that you need to just take the next step. So just think about taking the next step and don't worry about anything else. The challenge 5 brings restlessness, commitment issue, and the issue of being unable to strike a balance between wanting to have all the adventure and not taking any responsibility for it. With this challenge, you may resist routines, commitments, and long-term plans. You could be very unpredictable and impulsive, jumping from one thing to other, quitting things the moment they become slightest bit difficult, quickly feeling trapped in a routine or bored in relationships, constantly seeking new adventure, new experiences, and struggling to maintain stability and reliability. You need to understand that yes, you have the flexibility. Wanting to have change, wanting to grow, wanting to have a lot of adventure is very good. One needs to be flexible in order to grow. But running away from things when they become slightest bit difficult is not growth. It basically keeps you stuck in the same pattern. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. Running away may feel easy in the very moment, but you're stuck in the pattern. You need to focus on what you have, what is around you, and how you can make it better. Grasses are always greener when you water them. Don't think of what is missing. It may make you miss the beauty in the now and the beauty that you can create. The challenge 6 is the challenge of over caretaking, being unable to say no, being unable to draw the line, and having the same expectations, which are very unrealistic expectations, from others as well. You feel obligated to fix everyone's problems, and by fixing, you become emotionally exhausted. You want to be the perfect person and take care of everyone perfectly, at times pleasing others at the cost of your own well-being. You have so much empathy for people. You feel their stress. You feel burdened by their problem. And by feeling burdened by their problems, you become a part of the problem. You need to realize that you're not God and you're not being given the responsibility to care for all. God has that responsibility. And if once in a while you decide to take care of yourself, you're not selfish. It is okay to say no. You can say no to others and others can say no to you too. You cannot fix everything. You cannot fix everyone. People have their own destinies. People have their own lessons to learn. So let them learn. The challenge 7 is the challenge of unable to trust anyone. You keep on questioning everything and everyone, including yourself. When this challenge will be activated in your life, you would wait to seek the perfect knowledge, answers to all your questions before taking any action. Unfortunately, nothing can be proven to you, and so you may just go on over analyzing things to the point of being unable to do anything. You need to understand that you don't need clear facts and clear answers every time. Sometimes you have to move forward by trusting your instincts, your intuitions, and your feelings. It is not always possible to analyze every possible outcome. There are many things that are beyond our understanding and beyond our senses. The challenge 8 brings struggles with attaining financial stability. Well, does that mean that you're not going to have any money at all? It could be so that you may find difficulties in managing your wealth, or you could be completely obsessed with material wealth, making money your top priority in life, so much so that all other aspects of life lose value in your eyes. Financial concerns would overwhelm all your other needs and influence everything that you would do. You may prioritize career and ambition over personal relationships. You could also get into power struggles with authority figures. Or there is also a possibility that you could be following dishonest or unethical ways to achieve money and material abundance just anyhow. You need to realize that this challenge is basically a spiritual test. It tests your relationship with money, power, and whether you can achieve these ethically, responsibly, and in a balanced way without losing your deeper moral values. Do you rule money, or does money rule you? Do you see people for their qualities, or do you see them for the amount of money that they have? Can you handle power without becoming too controlling? If you're given power, do you become too controlling? Once you find answers to these questions, you can attract more abundance in a more meaningful way. Challenges in numerology are not the obstacles that are meant to break us. These are the lessons that are meant to shape us. When we become aware of our weaknesses, we begin to work on overcoming them and transforming them into our strengths. So instead of denying or resisting these challenges, use them as your spiritual guides that are going to lead you to your higher self. If you feel interested in numerology and the techniques that I use, you can definitely read my books, All is One and Cycle of 9. The link is provided in the description box. To keep in touch, remember to subscribe to my channel. If you've liked this vlog and have found it to be useful, please remember to click the like button before you go. That'll be all for today. Have a very nice day. Have a very nice time. Bye-bye.